Do you want your kids to listen or do you want them to obey? Well, I submit that you actually want neither of those, and you also want both of those. You see, a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't know how to get my kid to listen, my child to listen. Sure you do. Just say the word ice cream. You'll discover very quickly that they're listening. But they'll only want to do what you're asking them to do if they believe they have to or they really want to. So if you're saying something that they don't really want to do, well, then there has to be some kind of a compelling reason. So more than listening and obeying, you want them to be able to pay attention or get your attention, eye contact. You want them to be able to listen, to hear the words that you're saying, to understand the words you're saying, and then to do something about it. And it'd be great if they did it joyfully or like they actually wanted to do it. And so it's more than listening and obeying. And just because I'm using the word obeying doesn't mean that you become a dictator or an authoritarian by using the word obey or expecting the kids to actually do something when you say something. That's just respect and being human. Let me give an example from our own lives. Let's imagine that you're driving down the road in your local area and you don't believe that a police officer is going to give you a speeding ticket at 50, that you believe that they would start giving speeding tickets going 60. How fast are you going to drive? Well, it's a pretty easy answer. You're going to drive about 58 because you believe that you can not have to follow the speed limit up to a certain point. Once you get to the point where you believe that you're going to get the ticket, or you believe that there is a cop around the corner, you're going to change your behavior because there is a consequence backing up the instruction of go this speed limit. So to listen and to obey something that we don't necessarily like, which in this case would be going the speed limit, there has to be some kind of consequence, some kind of negative consequence lining up the, if you do this, you're going to get a speeding ticket. And we don't want the speeding ticket, and depending on the size of the speeding ticket and how many of our friends said, don't speed in this area because you're gonna get a speeding ticket, we're gonna actually do the thing. And the same thing goes for children, the same thing goes in your family, which is when you say words, your kids will do what they believe they have to and what they want to, okay? But we're talking specifically about things that they don't want to do, like go take out the garbage, or sometimes go put underwear on, or go get your shoes on, or stop hitting your brother. Either way, the action of giving an instruction and having your kids do something about it is reinforced by the speed limit and speeding ticket. So if you get a speeding ticket, does that make the police officer the authoritarian? No, he's just enforcing the law that you already know that you're choosing not to follow. So instead of concerning yourself with listening or obeying, take it as a big whole. You want to set up a structure in your home where there are rules and there are set consequences for the rules, and you become the one who carries out those rules and enforces the breaking of those laws. If a child believes that when you say something that you're actually going to follow it through, mean what you say, and give the pre-prescribed consequence for the doing of that thing, they're going to do it, especially if the consequence for not doing it they like worse than they like the positive of doing the thing that they like to do. So if they really like doing something, then the consequence needs to be they really don't like that, and that has to outweigh the really like to do this thing over here. So this listening, obeying, well, my kids won't listen, my kids won't listen. Yes, they're listening. They just don't believe you. And so you need to set your parenting up in a way, set your relationship up in a way where they believe you to the point of action, so that they hear you, they understand you in clear, simple terms, then they do what you're asking to do, and as a double bonus, do it joyfully with a happy heart. Anyways, all of that is possible. You can actually say calm words and have your kids do things. Come join us in our community where we talk about all of these different kinds of things in parenting and how to set up your life to be peaceful as a parent and your kids to do the things that you're asking them to do joyfully.